Give me a minute and let's take a look at what's happening up in the Kharkiv advance. On the western side of the advance, around Lipsy, we had something really remarkable happen this week. The Akhmat brigades, the Chechen brigades, were sent in. Now, we know what the Chechens are used for. The Russians use them as barrier troops. If you're unfamiliar with the term barrier troops are troops that stand behind the front line, and if you try to retreat without permission to retreat, they unalive you. The Akhmat brigades, the Chechens, have not been in Ukraine actually fighting Ukrainians. They've been the enforcers for the Russian army, so that when people try to preserve their own lives in the face of an oncoming Ukrainian onslaught, they're not permitted to do that, right? And their own people shoot them down. That's what barrier troops are. That's their job. That's been the job of the Akhmat brigades, the Chechen fighters. In a stunning, what to me was an ingenious tactic. I'm sure for military people it's been done before, but it never even occurred to me. What the Ukrainians did was they targeted the barrier troops. They targeted the Akhmat brigades behind the front line. Now, if there's nobody behind you to shoot you, suddenly you can run away. And what we're seeing in this direction of the front is desertion, high levels of desertion, and unsanctioned retreat in the face of the Ukrainian advances. This to me is smart, really smart. Show the Russian troops that you could be on their side, that you could take out the real enemy. The real enemy are their commanders who are pushing them to their deaths for nothing but the glorification of the ego of a megalomaniac lunatic in the Kremlin. Take out the people that are pointing their guns at you, and you turn your guns around and point them at the people that deserve it. Your real enemy, the power structure in Moscow, and their sycophantic henchmen, the Akhmat brigades and the Wagner forces. Let me tell you, this is a bad, when we're talking about this kind of thing, the absolute lack of any sense that human beings have value for the Russian Federation should be clear to everybody. And it is time for the Russian people to stand up and do something about it. It's past time. It's well overdue. The Ukrainians have suffered enough at the hands of this genocidal lunatic. Enough is enough. Big shout out to Vanetta Larrett. I promise I'm going to look at the Google Docs right now after I finish recording these. Who is a member of the Patreon, a big supporter of the channel, one of the people who make things around here happen. And because Vanetta also joined the Patreon, I give her a shout out every month and my personal thanks and gratitude for all she does around here. And if you would like a video sponsorship and shout out, just join the Patreon at the Dobrovicher level or higher, and every month I will thank you in the same way. Thanks, V.